Today, I'm going to talk to you about one of the most frustrating parts of my own online journey, as well as my human journey and blacksmithing journey for that matter. And that is the ban that I took from TikTok. The app has been growing exponentially since it was created, and it has led many a creator to a successful place within the human community, to fame, and it was a path and journey that I was on. My platform was growing. I was gaining followers and views and recognition from members from the HEMA community. I was starting to expand my business there, making my blades. But my videos, despite every single attempt I could make, continued to be flagged. I put the warnings, I put the labels. I made sure to make people understand that this was something to not try at home, and it did not work. Time and time again, I was I had videos taken down. And time again, I made appeals each time they were taken down. A situation that went on for the 2.5 years that I was on that platform until one fateful day, three videos, all of which related to my sharpening service, were taken down. And with that, I was banned. I made an appeal, it was ignored. I got pushed, shoved, kicked out the TikTok HEMA community. The place where it grows, I was kicked out of because of my sharpening service. On Instagram and on YouTube, I've barely gotten even a fraction of what I had over there on TikTok. It is truly a great shame that I had to go from 2,000, or I think it was 1,500 or 2,000, something along those lines, of followers, hundreds of views, which is not a lot by a lot of standards, but it is the sign of a growing channel, of a growing platform. I was making a name for myself. I was engaging with discussions. I was engaging with creators of the HEMA community. And all of a sudden, taken away. TikTok, the platform that allows all sorts of nonsense. Instead of punishing people who have legitimate reason to not only be taken out of TikTok, but legitimate reason to be jailed, are left on the app. But me, your humble fencing bladesmith, a guy 19, well, actually 18 at the time when I was taken down, who only wanted to share his love for swords, crafting them, studying them, reading about them, and using them, was banned. I'm going to ask this of anyone who still uses TikTok to be very, very, very careful, because this is not being allowed there. This video is a warning to fellow sword content creators. As small as a platform I've got here, I need to express this somehow. Anyone who owns TikTok needs to be extremely careful, because that app is not an app that is really fair in any way. Besides the whole myriad of social problems, it took me away from the community, which I love most. From potential clients to potential context. And I've been trying to recover for 2 years since. And I have not been able to fully make it back to where I was. It is infuriating that the platform where I was making my reputation known as a fencer and as a craftsman got taken away. And I wish for anyone who stumbles across this video to understand what that app is. It is full of lying scoundrels Those who make content of TikTok, short content of TikToks, are extremely lucky. Or maybe perhaps I'm extremely unlucky in posting my sharpening services and my machete modifying and my sparring with plastic swords. I didn't have steel swords at the time. These three swords I made in 2024. I was banned in, I think, in 2023, if I remember correctly. I was using plastic swords. The only steel stuff I put were sharpening service for machetes and occasional tests against cloth with knives and pocket knives, all of which were flat with "do not try this at home. I am a trained bladesmith. I am a trained fencer." But they were taken down anyways. Celso Arts, Robin Swords, Skalgrim, Metadrom Shad, whoever the hell is watching, Matt Easton, Lindy Age, anyone, stay clear from that app. If you won't, be very careful. Because it kicked me out and it screwed me over. If anyone who's thinking of going to TikTok stumbles upon this video and decides not to, then I've done my job. Because it is honestly such a treacherous thing to do to a young creator, a young content creator who just wants to share his love and passion for these things, to take him out of the community. I'll make the recovery. I'll grow on another platform. But I have suffered an enormous setback that 2 years later I have not been able to fix. 2 years. And I have not been able to return to normal. I am sick and tired of seeing how everyone can post on TikTok all willy-nilly while I have to either make another account and rebuild from the ground up with another email, or do this. Vikings MX is a group here in my hometown of Monterrey that does Viking style combat. I went to visit them. And when they published a video where I appeared without my fencing mask, that video was taken down. I doubt that I can post anything on TikTok at this point. It is an app of just mind-boggling stupidity. And it is infuriating how much I lost. Maybe this is my bad luck. Maybe this is just something that happened because of someone's bias against me for some reason. Maybe it's because I didn't want to be a douchebag to Shad. Maybe it's because I insisted on certain HEMA philosophies that I no longer agree with. I don't know. What I know is that I was taken down from the app for basically just doing what I do here on YouTube. Doing what I've done on Instagram so many times, and doing what everyone else does in the HEMA community on that app. So please, I urge you to be careful with TikTok. As much as it's growing, if anyone who is in Celso Arts or Cats and Swords or Robin Swords, if any small content creator is thinking of going to TikTok and making your platform there, think twice. Think it thrice. Because it screwed me over. And it might screw you over as well. I'm Ian the Duelist, and fence on.